Then they tell us that everything they're doing is for our own good. That's their narrative. Well, I don't like that narrative. And as we start going into Thanksgiving, I think we should have another narrative. As we gather around our tables, remember that our kids are coming back from college, our families are coming together, and I don't want to be a part of that narrative. And right now, people are looking for a future, a happy future, one that they can trust. Well, I can tell you right now that we have made big mistakes in the past because we haven't been at the table enough. A lot of this stuff has happened because we haven't been paying attention. But now is our time. You know, technology promises us that we are going to be able to control our own future and be more free. And we will be more free should we choose. Otherwise, technology is going to be the master of us as opposed to us being the master of technology. And today, literally today, is the day we choose. So think about the people at the Thanksgiving table that are coming to your house. Think about how they are, what they're thinking. They have a choice. They can choose. The future is bleak. People are cruel. The planet is dying. More people have to die to be able to save the planet. We have to live in poverty to save the planet. And what you feel like inside is all you have to guide you in this world. That's a pretty dark picture. Or the world is full of possibilities. That people want to be good. They don't always act on that, but they need good examples and they want to be good. And you don't have to lean on only yourself to make decisions. There is a path, and your ancestors took it, and it works. It works. Which one will you choose? We need our own narrative, and our narrative will be better because it has a proven track record. We're not afraid to discuss it and go into details and lift up the hood and say, you know what, that doesn't work anymore. Let's take that out. We just need to learn to tell our story and tell it well. They're not the ones that shape our future. In the future, we will see the ideas, the greatest ideas of the past, realized. If we choose today, all of the greatest dreams of curing cancer, traveling to far distant planets or even stars, will be realized if we choose today. We will bring law and order and real justice back and restore the principles that gave us the Constitution and gave us the greatest story and the greatest advancement of mankind in its history. We went from fire to today. It's a 5,000-year leap. The beginning, we were around campfires. They were around campfires again at the time of Valley Forge. We're not around campfires, and maybe we should be around a few more campfires. This administrative state that is the clunkiness of the 1950s will end. And we will develop a government that derives its power from the people and knows it. We'll see the end of this crazy spending and sneaky bill packing and lies. We will know what our elected officials are doing and we'll hold them accountable because we'll have the technology. Why are they spying on us? Shouldn't we be spying on them? We, not the government, will decide when our schools, our businesses, and our churches are open and when they're closed, and we'll do it responsibly because nobody wants to kill one another. No one wants to be dead from a plague. We're reasonable people. That's why we can trust each other, and we will in the future. when we stop having people in the middle of us lying about each other, we can believe in one another again, and we'll stand up for each other's right to say the things that we think are stupid or misinformed or even harmful. Hey, they have a right to say that. I disagree with it. I don't agree with them at all. But if we want to get along, we have to have all ideas have an equal place at the table, just to be heard. Because that's the way we're going to become thinkers again and do our own homework, and we will. And when we do that, we'll see racism, especially in its sneakiest forms, laid to final rest. And Martin Luther King's dream, it's still alive. Don't extinguish that flame. We will work to build that flame of that dream, that people are judged by the content of their character and not the color of their skin. And each adult will teach children who they really are. They're each special in their own way, but you don't necessarily deserve a medal or an award because you're special. You're different. Now work on those. Work on those gifts that you were given. Work on the fault lines in yourself. Know the difference between right and wrong so you can grow up without the confusion that you must be facing today. We work for a future where teachers will educate, not indoctrinate. Our students can read and do math and create things that have never been possible before. Americans, new and long-standing, will rest within the protection of their borders, inheriting the benefits of their ancestors that they earned by immigrating here to America and building our country with their accomplishments. There is room for more people, and there are room for the people that really understand this is a different place. And our allies will trust us again, and our enemies will be afraid to cross us, so we won't have to have wars, because they know we're serious. Local businesses will fill our town. Families can stay together. Children will know both of their parents, and single income will support a family again if we choose. Gas prices will be low because we won't do the things that cause them to be high. We want to change. We want a greener world. And there is technology out there that will give us a greener world today. But not on this path. And we must be energy independent. Otherwise, we will always be involved in someone else's war. We work for a world where no one is censored online for what they believe or what they say or what they know to be true. Every American will have the opportunity to work hard and rise above his station. And he'll believe he can do that, and no one can tell him otherwise. And he does it. Together, we will feed the hungry because our communities will be one. We'll live in a world where every child is born. Because our families are together, no one will face death alone. No one will face life alone. People will be defined who they are today and who they can be in the future more than the failings of the past generations. We will know our kids, we'll know our values, we'll know the truth, we'll know ourselves because we know our God. This is the American future. That's the future I choose. Somebody else is trying to write your future, and they always will. They always will, unless you say, hey, that's my future. You are the only one that writes your future in a free country. You write it. Not some people that you've never met halfway across the world. You. Did I leave anything out? If I did, just write it yourself. Because you're the only one in charge of your future.